Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras. Hit me. This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
So let's start off with OSEC, Olele Secondary School. What is the full name of Chris Brown? What does the Chris in Chris Brown mean?
Christopher Tom Brown.
Christopher Tom Brown. As we wait to verify, it goes to Lelostek. Leli. Hey,
be calming down.
Yes.
Lelosek.
Style
For 3 points. What does the Chris mean in Chris Brown?
Christopher. He's called Morris as well, so Christopher Morris Brown.
Okay. I will skip the next school and go to the last school. The last school is
Serious.
Bedroom United. Bedroom United. Which day was Chris Brown born and what time? And what did his mother say when he was born?
He was born tomorrow at unpacking. tomorrow on unpacking.
Chris Kwamina Brown.
Razak.
Chris Atukwamina Yakubu Brown with that song Sensational. Love it, that jam. Loving that jam. And welcome to the second part of the conversation. Now, today is a continuation of yesterday's conversation about Mark Darlington versus the FDA, and we brought you some visuals from yesterday. Fortunately, we had Olele in the house as well to give us insights.
Deep throat sauce.
DTS was there to give us, updates on what was happening. But this morning, we are honored to have the president of the Ghana Music Alliance join us as well, Mr. Xavier, Mr. Seven Xavier.
Thank you,
yes, who is part of the team championing this course as well, to give us more insights into this and the happenings from yesterday. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Before I throw my first word in to my first question, it's always important to brush our teeth every morning and evening with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. It gives your teeth the protection you need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. It is fortified with pro-fluoride and microcalcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invincible holes in your teeth. Now, this prevents cavities, keeps your teeth strong and your mouth very, very healthy. Like they say, Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, maximum cavity protection, 10 times stronger. Since we're getting close to the weekend, a chance for you to take your friends and family to the Silverbed Cinemas to enjoy some movies. It's the Ember season, so you can catch the best of action, adventure, romantic, comedy, thrillers, and more at West Hills Mall and Accra Mall branches like Expendables 4, Wonka, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, The Marvels, Paw Patrol, and many others. Global blockbusters. And real quickly, listen, 590 Mobile is up and running. Every single day there's a game to play. Just dial *959# and you stand a chance of winning big with 590 Mobile. Always remember to stay responsibly, not for persons below the ages of 18. 590 Mobile Edda 17. So can a celebrity endorse this?
Sensational.
Waiting I do for you.
Can a celebrity endorse?
Jinx.
Can a celebrity endorse?
Man, I look fine this morning, man. That's a good shot, man.
I
look fine this morning.
Yes, the power of celebrities being challenged in court and their influence. This morning, I speak unofficially for the FDA as the unofficial PR. So I'll be representing the FDA this morning in this courtroom as we are embarking on protecting consumer rights.
This one that you can't represent, my
and going against Mark Darlington and team. live in the studio this morning. Anyway, one more time. So brace yourself for a food adventure. This that is epic. As our playlist. Now, District 24 and Breakfast to Breakfast Ghana have covered 247 this festive season. Now, come with your squad and experience live cooking in the open kitchen and enjoy the world's taste under one roof at District 24. Now, for the night owls, I tell you what. Breakfast to Breakfast Ghana offers the best meal options to refuel your energy and satisfy your night cravings. And then he said carvings. But you can drop anytime at District 24 in East Legon or Breakfast to Breakfast in Osu and experience the convenience of 24-hour delivery service. Check out the menu on their IG pages as follows: DSTRKT_24 and Breakfast to Breakfast _Ghana. And you can check out the menu on there. Now let's get into the conversation before I tell you more about BNO, and I'll tell you more about Mayeko, and I'll tell you more also about the rest. But good morning again. Simon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'd have thrown it to Olele to give us, but let me start off with that before I come into the courtroom. Okay, Olele, just recap what was happening, the scenes from outside yesterday, the persons who were there, and how it felt like.
All right, thank you. So yesterday we were at the Supreme Court of Ghana, of course the one in Accra, and we were there obviously to witness the court proceedings of the court hearing of the McDarlington FDA case. In this case, FDA versus McDarlington and Attorney General.
Okay,
and that's because there's been a ban on celebrities.
McDarlington versus
FDA and Attorney General. Okay, yeah, the reverse, yeah. Madality took FDA to court.
And CC the Attorney General.
Yes,
Why
you feeling?
Who asked the Attorney General? That's a perfect. Yeah, so we were there to witness that, and it's simple, like you said yesterday on the show. Ghanaian celebrities are banned from appearing in alcoholic beverages advertisements or endorsing them in any shape or form, and that even means they can't do that even on the internet. So it's not even just about being in a commercial or you can't also influence or promote or be a brand ambassador for an alcoholic beverage in Ghana, especially on your social media. So that's how wide the situation is. So yesterday we were hoping to at least hear the court rule in a particular favor, whether to sustain the motion, which is in this case the FDA.
Lawyer one.
Charlie, yesterday no be small.
They use terms. They use terms.
Charlie,
sustain the motion.
Yeah, or obviously overturn the ban. So it was a rather quiet morning, especially with the persons that we saw. I did mention that we saw Sarkodie and members of Success Music in terms of management, and then we saw members of R2Bs and Kim Promise in the persons of Quabs and Gourmet. Yeah, that's his name, Gourmet. Yeah, and then I did mention earlier that I had seen D Black, but I wanted to retract and say that wasn't D Black, but damn, he looked like him. Yeah, so he wasn't D Black. But I did get intel that he was supposed to have arrived, the night before, which was
from Amanoni.
From Amanoni on Tuesday night, but unfortunately he couldn't do that. So we got into the court. To be very honest, this was my first time going to the courtroom. So we got there and then we started, but there were three cases that were read before our case. And next thing they said, court rise, and we rose. And then we left. Long story short, the court adjourned the case to January 17th.
Okay, let's get Seven to give us now insight into that. But Seven, welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
So let's understand what the issue here is and why McDarlington has taken the FDA CC Attorney General to court on this. Let's understand this in a broader perspective.
Well, so
I know you probably said this 1,001 times.
Yeah, but okay. So let me give a background. So I think sometime last year or two, I think about maybe 2 years ago, we had talked to Attorney General's office. We did a Zoom meeting with Alliance. We used to have a Zoom meeting where we talked to a couple of people, and not in the industry, but people who matter to the music industry. And the FDA was one of them. And I think when we contacted them, they sent their legal team, a legal person, and then one other person. So it was two people. Then on our side, it was me, Panji, Mark, lawyer Bobby Bunsen, and a couple
So
of.
who is this Mark Darlington that we've been hearing the name?
Okay,
It
so Mark.
sounds like a
Mark Darlington is the chairman for Ghana Music Alliance.
okay. The chairman.
The chairman for Ghana Music Alliance, and I'm the president. So he's my boss in a way.
What
Yeah.
is Mark's background so people can understand?
I'll stick to entertainment or music.
Okay.
Basically, Mark is a reggae producer.
Okay.
He's also done some shows in Ghana back in the day. He currently manages Reggie Mboli in the
Okay.
UK. And although they are in the UK, there's every now and then some of the things that they go through actually happens in Ghana. There's one time when I think it was Nestle or one of these companies had used Reggie Mboli's song and it became like a huge thing, but it was settled in the background. There's always some legal stuff. I think it was. Yes, always some. I think it was Financial. So yeah, there's always some legal stuff that happens in the background. So when we talked to FDA, it was evident that the ban was not law. Law is different. I mean, that means it has to go to Parliament. It has to be passed. It takes a while for you to pass a law. So it wasn't law. It was just like somebody's father sat in the room one night and said, "Hey, tomorrow, you people, you can't do this anymore." That was it. Like, there was no law back in it. There's no law back in it, So when we talked to them, the conversation started with, it's a WHO health rules on alcohol that you can't do this. And also we were thinking, does WHO only work in Ghana? Because US, the other places, they have their own brands. Diddy's was shouting Ciroc everywhere and everything. Nobody said anything, So we talked more, and I think the CEO or Director General.
This is with the FDA.
This is with the FDA.
Okay.
Yeah. Director General actually also called into the Zoom. He was actually driving, and I think he realized that these guys, they have questions which make good sense, So he called in and tried to clarify everything, and it was a good conversation. But at the end of the conversation, we just let him know that then we will meet in court. We had a really good discussion.
So at that time, the FDA, did they find a possible flaw in the process of issuing that ban?
No,
Did they reach any consensus?
No, it was mostly based on moral grounds.
Moral
really,
grounds,
yeah,
okay.
that was what it was. But of course, it wasn't accepted right away as moral grounds. It was WHO guidelines. We actually printed it out and we went through each and every one of them. And these guidelines include things like countries should tax alcohol, like alcohol and tobacco, like the most taxed products in the world. Countries should tax alcohol, tobacco, this percentage. Also, make sure you don't have bars next to schools,
hospitals.
Yeah, underage kids come by. These things, those are the guidelines, that they're supposed to work with. And the funny thing is, I don't even think those ones, they really abide by them, because we still have parents sending their kids to go and buy jots and to go and buy alcohol. Really, like anybody would sell alcohol to a kid without even thinking, is he the one going to drink it or is it the father?
Not, yeah.
But those ones are the ones, and yes, there are bars and alcohol selling places next to schools, close to schools.
Very
Exactly. But those are the things that should be checked. But they're not really doing that, and it's like you find the easiest thing to do, which is like, okay, this ban celebrities from doing everything. And then even the term celebrities, like, how do we define a celebrity? Because a few years ago, Mr. Kofi Amwabeng, head of UT, was the face of Johnny Walker. I'm not sure if you remember that.
I remember.
Is he a celebrity?
I worked with him on that, so.
Is he a celebrity? How do we define him? How do we define these things? But it seems that celebrities really only mean musicians, actors, and actresses. That's it. But in this day and age,
and if you check the dictionary, it actually covers popular people.
Yeah. Exactly. It should be popular people too. Yeah. So, but in this day and age, the influencers, the TikTokers, all these ones, would they be considered celebrities in a way? Maybe, because they have millions of followers. And the thing is, since musicians lost this gig, to get these things coming their way, guess who took it? The TikTokers, the influencers. They took it.
Turned, yeah.
And the thing is, so we argue, are they also influencers? Are they also celebrities or popular? I mean, how do we, determine, what's actually happening.
These are the conversations and the dialogue. That's
Exactly.
And still, that didn't push anyone to relook at the ban and whatever guided it.
Nothing. It's how it is talking to older folks in this country. Like, Charlie, I said it, so that's it.
Let me ask, how far back was this conversation?
This was, I'll probably say 2 years ago.
Well, guess what? I listened to, and I stand to be corrected, I listened to a conversation on multimedia, one of the multimedia platforms with the FDA with regards to this conversation. And I think, I can't quote verbatim, but a lady who was speaking on behalf of the FDA said that the celebrities haven't approached the FDA to have any conversation or dialogue with regards to this, and they're looking forward to that so that this can be polished. I remember it was an interview with Kwame Dadzi, and I think he had said something like this. But unfortunately, now you're saying that, or fortunately, you're saying that the conversation had been had in the past.
I actually sent it to Olele yesterday, so we can actually put it somewhere, and then on YouTube. It's on YouTube. We actually put it on YouTube. We recorded and put it on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's evidence. It's not like we just
So after that conversation, it still went on deaf ears.
Nothing happened. No, nothing happened.
We are the seniors.
We are the seniors. The thing is, trust me. The thing is, because the creators, nobody really takes us serious or you serious, because what are you going to do? Because they don't ever stand up for anything. Especially when it has to involve going to court, doing this, like processes. They don't want to do that. They can't do that. Like, everybody wants their short. Everybody thinks shouting on online or anywhere else solves things. It doesn't.
So
it doesn't.
Was it difficult taking the FDA to court? The process you went through?
Yeah. But we have a really good lawyer, Bobby Banton, who I'll definitely tell you that he's all for the creatives. Whatever creative, whoever creative you are, you have any type of problem, he would definitely try to sort things out. So he was definitely an instrumental part in this. And mind you, he was also in the conversation with the FDA the day we had the conversation. So, it was after that everybody, figured out that they don't really have a strong case to do this. Because first and foremost, it is not law. Once it's not law, it doesn't make sense at that point. Because if it was law, that's a whole different issue. Like, basically, they're going against the law.
Okay, it is an authority. FDA is an authority, or FDA is an authority, and it doesn't in any way that give them the right to, put some of these measures in place, drawing the fine line,
Yes, but then that particular one goes against the Constitution, basically saying that you can't discriminate against someone's employment based on profession and gender,
social status,
gender, and stuff like that. You can't do that. That's good. So basically, they can, but when it goes against the Constitution, then we have to look at it. So basically, that's what this whole thing is about. You cannot deny me employment because of certain profession that I do or did. So
even if it is it poses a risk to the lives of the people.
Are we talking about what the celebrities will do with alcohol?
The influence, how they would influence the use of these products.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's when we need to have a dialogue, because if these musicians or other celebrities were brought together to have campaigns on underage drinking, dangers of drinking underage, and these other things, or responsible drinking, and all these things, that will make a lot of sense. Because if you think that it can influence people to drink that much, then maybe they can also influence people not to drink. And then even if we want to allow some of these things to happen, we are talking about having guidelines, proper guidelines, not outright bans. So, okay, you can have billboards with you holding drinks and the kids seeing that every day. We understand that. Okay, but you can have a commercial, like an ad with Alomo, where it shows at 9 p.m. to whenever. But during the day when the kids are watching TV, they will not see that commercial on TV. Stuff like that. That makes sense. Like even in America, those Super Bowl commercials. Budweiser is like the number one. Like every year they have the craziest commercials, and that's a time that you have the whole nation really watching, and they still have alcohol commercials on there. Not to compare to them, but I think we can do things a certain way enforce other things. Like just cause it's impossible for a kid to go buy alcohol in most places without an ID. You know, let me see your ID before you can buy. Over here, your 5-year-old can buy your alcohol. Those things need to be checked, you know, because if you check certain things properly, what the celebrities do shouldn't be an issue.
What do you seek to achieve by taking the FDA to court?
Well, now I won't say a win, because everybody thinks that we want to win. It's not a win. It's dialogue.
No, what?
What do we
Seek to achieve?
We just want to have dialogue and actually have proper guidelines, because like as we speak, we still know some of the artists still have product placement, you know, in some of their videos, but everybody's kind of scared to really do it properly. So you might see this here and there. Like 2 days ago, I was arguing with somebody who was saying that Pokeke shouldn't be airing anywhere on TV. That's Stoneboy's video, you know. And I'm like, why? I didn't see any liquor in it. You know, is it the name is because Pokeke is really a Ghana phrase. So I don't know exactly what you're saying, you know. But it was done to the point where there was no liquor in the video. You know, there would have been like stickers of the brand name and stuff like that every now and then, but there was not really him pouring it, drinking it. You didn't see all of that stuff, you know. But we just want artists and celebrities to be able to earn as an income source from that, because for a long time, a long period, those companies, alcoholic beverage companies, do help a lot of these artists up and coming. Like I remember when I was dealing with Jay's, like one of our first listening sessions, it was a vodka company that sponsored it. Back in the day, I think Hennessy. There's this lady, I think she was Philippines or something. Like if you write to her, you are guaranteed to get some form of deal, whether you're getting bottles or getting some money. Like they were always there for us than most of these other companies. You know. So
is this fight for the profitability of the industry of celebrities, or it is for the, I don't know how to put it, the other side, which would be maybe, well, there shouldn't be or in there. Is it for the profitability of the creative arts industry? Are we fighting this because we want the creative arts industry to still get money for its events and, you know, growth?
Yes, that is, I mean, first and foremost, that's what Alliance stands for. We just want to make sure every creative makes some money of their art. That's like the number one thing that our Alliance stands for. And let me add, responsibly. So in this case, we want this thing to happen, but of course we want to have a dialogue, because it's like we have an industry where anything that concerns us, nobody talks to us. It's done. It's somebody else thinks about it and it passes it. You know, not knowing. And the thing is, not knowing what these kids go through, because like being an artist or a creative in this space, especially, it's a really funny journey. I don't know. Like I remember the first day I met Adam. You were there. Do you remember 40s? Was 40 studio?
45.
45 studio.
45. Why am I not
45 studio.
45 is. Yo, 45. If you did we recommend bandana.
That was the first time 45. I ever saw Adam. Right now.
Sorry, let's hold on. Let's give his flies, because such people have contributed.
Nobody knows him.
Nobody knows him. But these are the people who have given up their studios and stuff, you know, for the making of a lot of 45, yo.
Shouts to 45.
Wherever you did.
Let's flowers. Where was looking?
Yeah. Lot of beer.
45. Don't do that.
I'll have more memories. You know, but yeah, I remember seeing him. I remember him on our couch. How he looked, like the hunger, but almost like zero hope. You never knew what would happen in the next couple of. And mind you, around that same time, like weeks earlier, I had recorded with, it was Trigmatic, Asem, Ifia, there's a guy called Mazzoni. There's a bunch of people. And in a weird way, some of them or most of them really did graduate to where they are now. They became household names. But a bunch of them lost. Like nobody knows who they are. Like the Mazzoni, for example. Really talented guys. You know, so it's a bunch of factors that makes these things happen. Nobody invests in you. Nobody puts money into your pocket. Nobody does anything for you. Even when you have a good song, you know, and the revenue sources are very slim, you know. And to me, personally, I think the alcoholic brands are some of the one of the companies that really do help the industry. Like they actually sponsor like a whole events, whole shows. I remember I've been to a concert in Tema for R2Bs where it was Star or like either Star or Club, one of them. All you had to do was bring about the cup of a Stars or ABC Club, and then you get into the stadium. You know, and R2Bs got their money off it. They didn't have to worry about ticket sales, etc. You know, these people are the ones that we can actually sit and have proper conversations with, because most of these other companies don't understand the entertainment. And I guess liquor and entertainment kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay, let's understand. Sorry, let me take them legally because this thing. Let's understand this. The FDA has banned celebrities,
which is illegal. We can't talk legally. Illegal.
The FDA has banned.
Illegally banned.
No, that is what the courts will prove to us.
Okay.
So the FDA has banned celebrities from endorsing these alcoholic beverages.
Okay. So the thing is, it just says endorsing.
Okay.
But there's more to it. You can't even have product placements. You can't have them really sponsoring your shows. You can't have any business. You know, zero association with them. It just says endorsing because that's a word that everybody uses.
Okay.
But it's way more than that.
Okay.
It's like stay away from these. Like that girl, stay away from her. Basically, that's what it is.
Why should I stay away from her? No, I don't know.
No, I don't know. Just stay away from her.
Well, because of maybe her influence on what she can get you to do.
No, but you don't know what
That is
what
what that is what I'm just saying. That's what the conversation.
Well,
Because of what
if there was research done, right? If there was research, and based on this research, this can get kids to do. Like, these things are what is necessary.
So now we are in court. We are in court. We are in court to seeking to overturn this ban, or when you say dialogue, because a dialogue will still come with trying to meet halfway will be problematic.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, that's why it's a lot of dialogue. We will take what we can get. We just don't want outright ban, you know. And like, there's certain things I agree with. Yet, I wouldn't agree to like a billboard, because like even in America, there's no billboards of tobacco. People smoking, it's banned, none. I wouldn't also agree to maybe a celebrity holding liquor or like pouring liquor about to drink on a billboard. You know, I probably wouldn't do that. You know, but what I would definitely support is if there was an ad which would play like at nighttime of a celebrity doing whatever they're doing. Doing whatever they're doing. That is fine, because your kids are supposed to be asleep at 9 or 10 p.m. anyway. So if they're not asleep, your 10-year-old are not asleep at 9 or 10 p.m. watching that, then it's your problem. You know, so we'll have some dialogue, because we all will have kids or have kids, and we know how to deal with some of these things. You know, but ultimately, you can't really I don't think you can take somebody's job from them for what they do just because you think they have an influence on your kid.
Is there consideration from the Ghana Music Alliance on the effects of celebrities influencing the use of these products directly or indirectly?
Well, I think FDA should probably do a research on it then before you come out and say it does.
Actually, I'm finding out from Ghana Music Alliance if there's a consideration of what how celebrities are influencing the use of these alcoholic beverages on the consumer. Typical example is what happened in Kumasi with Adonko Betes. Did Ghana Music Alliance wake up to
what happened?
Okay, so there was a tie-in at the gates, and where you buy a drink and then you enter, and there was clearly an abuse of the product. You know, people went so many rounds drinking. And with my own two eyes, I saw people laying on the pitch drunk, somewhere throwing up and all. I do not have pictures to back this, but I saw my own eyes, because I was there. And I'm very sure people who were there can attest to this. Did Ghana Music Alliance realize some of these things and how people had abused products based on, of course, big artists that come perform that day? And did the Alliance speak to these things?
Well, we didn't speak to these things.
Is there a reason? So I'm just being loyal.
I understand that.
I want to find out.
You can't also say because a big artist was coming to town.
It's really done like he hasn't heard me. Look at him. He will answer me.
You say we did cut. You don't put me on the stand.
That's true.
You don't put me on the stand. I don't want to get
caught. What am I calling lawyer?
Anytime. The producers.
Yeah, we can.
You want me to talk? I can talk. Are you ready?
Yeah.
No, but before Cyril goes, I wanted to find out from Seven, right? You say you want to have a conversation. I mean, we are all. I'm sure everybody in media who's out there, or who's popular wants this conversation to go well.
Yes.
In the situation, it doesn't see. So you really see anyway a smile. In the situation, this conversation doesn't go well. What are plans?
But my question wasn't answered.
Not go well.
Oh, Lenny, my question wasn't answered though. And shouts to all those who are watching online. So we'll come to your question. Lenny, please, is it lawyer?
What is your
lawyer
question? What is your question?
Because lawyer Foley, exactly.
Lawyer Foley is
the question, lawyer
a very unprofessionally trained lawyer. Okay,
Tell the truth.
who has to ask questions on behalf of? You see, I want the money as well.
You need glasses. You need glasses. What's going on?
I've lost deals. I've lost cash. I've lost associations. I'm a victim of what we speak, what we fight for.
Of the illegal ban.
In the room, it is my duty to also ask the questions from the other side.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's very important that I have to ask these questions. So I want to ask why and where equally the Alliance is asking for the FDA to look at those other issues that should also be that are also affecting the the space. But is the Alliance also looking at the other issues too that is affecting or has possibly affected the space? And did the Alliance do anything about those things? Because if that's the argument, then we are all at fault. So I want to ask.
I have found a story, but it's very
Let me answer this, guys.
2017. Yes.
The lies he's
we're still
telling.
drinking.
The lies he's telling. Let me tell the truth. The question you're asking is very accurate and right.
Thank you very much. On that note, you have
but unfortunately, it is not the jurisdiction or the responsibility of the Alliance to.
I just said I reacted to reaction.
No problem. We are in court, so we don't do in court.
Okay.
Contempt will follow you. So it's not the responsibility or the jurisdiction of the Alliance to ensure that third-party engagements proceed in a way that is morally upright or has a positive impact only on society. That's why, as we stated yesterday, that when you contract J. Foley, there is an association. No, entertainer J. Foley. Okay, when I contract Lenny Lomote as a brand, I am either doing this from my marketing department or from an advertising or marketing firm, which have their own jurisdictions, their own policies, and their own governing bodies, which would be the AAG and etc. So they are the ones who are to ensure that within the confines of advertising and marketing, this is a do and this is a don't. And these rules need to be applied to the agencies, to the brand owners, to the product owners, the event guys, etc., etc. The same way, if you are doing an event and you are going to encroach on the road, or your event is going to cause extra traffic or whatever, you have to go and take an assembly, get a permit, go to the police, get the blah, 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 blah. You don't just say, I'm doing an event so I can do it at stadium and shut down traffic in Osu because my event day stadium. No. You need to get other people who are not involved in the event space to give you permission to use the event space. Same applies to the alcohol scenario. So if you are selling whatever drink, Foley's vodka, and Olele is my ambassador, and the whole world wants to see Olele, so it's going to cause 2,000 kids to come to stadium. The association that Olele is a part of, well, as whatever celebrity or musician, plus the venue, whatever jurisdiction governs that venue, needs to make sure that they uphold the laws of the land, which would be a universal law like do not sell alcohol to kids. So, if you see me selling alcohol to a child in traffic, police go fit grab me. Anybody go fit do citizen's arrest because I've broken the law. That notion still applies. The fact that he's a celebrity and I'm a big brand does not mean that we can take the law into our hands. I can contract him, but at the point of execution, we find ourselves in a society where other laws, in addition to the ones that govern us, also exist, and those other laws cannot be neglected. What happened in Kumasi was because other people neglected their jobs. The venue owners should have known that even when there's a football match, minors are not allowed into a stadium, right? Because of a share ball. Accra Sports Stadium, a 7-year-old cannot just show up with a ticket, house and kotoko ticket that is 7 years per football, and you let him into a stadium.
But the funny thing in Ghana might happen.
Yeah, hear me.
Would you put
there are a lot of questions.
Let me
responsibility on, because
that's what I'm saying.
Coming from a brand and marketing background for you, right? They thought it was.
Thank you, lawyer Olele, give it to him.
They thought it was a brilliant idea to operate a free gate
Ignorance of the law is no excuse. We've heard this several times.
Yeah, and I'm saying that Adonko is no small company.
It doesn't matter. Bigger companies have made bigger follies.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. So why didn't the law take them?
Yes.
Take them and use them as an example.
Because the law, because the same law turned this black back and blind eye when a chairman like Amohabing was broad daylight on TV. Being an ambassador for one of the most potent and strong whiskeys out there. Yeah. Everybody who works at FDA saw that. There was a big turbo,
but it was responsibly
sweetheart.
promoted and marketed.
Yes, at a time where there was a ban. But they didn't go and sue Amohabing.
The ban was.
I think the ban was after.
The ban was after.
Please, I was on that. I was on that. I made
chop money. Don't chop money.
I was on my money.
Don't do that. No problem. That is what seven. That is what 7 is saying.
So that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yes. They had to really be mindful of the audience coming in. They also have to be mindful of how much maybe if you go to a club, and they're selling alcohol, I don't think they'll stop you on how much you can drink. Now with the thing with the marketing, you're saying there was a tie-in. I personally, I don't think most brands in Ghana do well at marketing and sales. It looks like there's really no marketing. It's all about sales.
Yeah.
It's all about sales. There's no marketing.
Yeah.
Right. So they want to sell everything if they can, and that's what happens. They probably won't even care selling to minors. That's what the corner store would do.
Once the sales volumes are reached.
Okay.
So this thing has to be checked.
The Food and Drugs Authority is an authority.
Yes.
That is
food and
supposed to govern the space of the use of such products.
Yes.
And protect the consumer.
Yes.
Now, there's an incident that has happened that has triggered them to put in place certain measures to curb post.
Let me correct you.
Such things that could happen again.
The FDA doesn't.
Should the FDA
doesn't
take off this? Should you win? I'm just saying something.
Okay.
Should you win this and it's over?
When we win this and it's over.
Should you win this and the law is, the ban is lifted?
Yes.
The ban is lifted.
Are we,
and someone asked a very intelligent question here. Are we to see any? I'll give credit to the person. I'll go through the comments. Are we to see any improvement in the quality and how these things are going to be?
That is the dialogue.
How are we going to do it?
That is a dialogue and the guidelines that I was talking about that we should have.
What I'm seeing here is, pardon me, like I said, I am for you. But I'm doing my job this morning as the unofficially untrained unprofessional. I need to put a disclaimer there. I need to do my job as the untrained, unprofessional, unofficial PR.
When we know about it, I'll play you this video. We'll give you some of the money.
Yes. So I want to find out that if this ban is lifted, are we going to see any improvement? If we're going to see any improvement, what kind of improvements are we going to see? What's going to happen?
That's not our job. We don't work at the FDA.
That's an industry-wide thing, not just with the musicians.
So is Ghana Music Alliance engaging? Because I like that answer. I knew it was coming. Is engaging other partners, because you see, you cannot fight the cause for one thing. For us to remove the cover to expose the dirt of something, and then once you win the case, we go back to bed.
Definitely not. That's why I said. I told you we don't want to win. We want a dialogue, because this thing was done without consulting anyone, right? Without consulting anyone. Oh, so you're saying that this artist and plus the liquor company plus the marketing agency maybe other parties involved had this event that this happened. Meanwhile, after everything went bad, it was only the celebrity or the artist who suffered, because I'm sure the rest of the people just went on. So let's have a dialogue. Okay, if you're coming to perform even at such and such an event, let the crowd know. First of all, I don't think anybody underage should go in, and if they do, let the artists maybe every hour or so let them know, drink responsibly.
Yeah.
If the sales team sees that you cannot stand properly, do not sell this guy any more liquor. Right, but
there even needs to be a team that monitors sales.
Sales. Is this guy drinking too much?
So why haven't you presented these things?
That's not our job.
We are not at the stage yet.
You want to lift it first.
We have to lift it first. I told you we want dialogue.
No.
But
Seven, I have a question. Then I have a question for you. Seven.
For Seven?
Oh,
I think no. Listen,
about the dialogue bit.
Julius Lahima. Julius, thanks for the question.
Nice question.
Yes.
I understand I understand the question and the idea, the notion you are pushing, and it's an excellent one.
Thank you.
But
came from that official lawyer.
Thank you. I think we might be encroaching on the jurisdiction of several players who are involved in an event coming to fruition, or in a celebrity executing a marketing campaign for an alcoholic beverage or whatever. There's so many people involved, and each person has their do's and don'ts and governing policies that control how they behave and how they shouldn't behave. The alliance is is just a conduit sounding the alarm that this thing is unlawful, and because of this unlawful thing, several people have been affected negatively. So, like Seven is saying, like Seven is saying
negatively.
No, I'll explain to you. Like Seven is saying, once this alarm has blown to this point that we are in court, what we are seeking for at the Alliance is to bring about a discourse, some conversation, so that we can look at it. No, well, court is where it starts, because every other administrative avenue has been met with deaf ears. So court is where people will pay attention. If the like he said, there were calls before.
And what happens if you lose?
Listen, we'll go again. We'll go. Why? This is the third or fourth time it's been adjourned.
So
obviously they are playing hide and seek.
The dialogue bit, like beyond that, should it not go well? What are plans beyond?
Lenny, it has already not gone well 3 times. That's
we still want dialogue. Okay. Because the thing is, I know you're saying what if it doesn't go well, but the thing is, what we stand on really is the fact that it is unlawful. So, however,
for the FDA to put the ban.
Yes, it is unlawful because it goes.
Have you checked with the other
the
bans, and if they had to go through parliamentary approvals in any way?
But this one didn't.
No, I'm saying that have you checked with the other bans on the authority of the
nobody
stood up
against it
to seek parliamentary approval before they put certain bans on things like selling expired products. Must it go through parliament before, or the FDA has got as an authority has the power to put in place measures? And I'm not seeing it as a ban. I'm seeing it as put in place measures to protect the consumer.
But you can't put something like that in place which goes against the constitutional
right of the same consumer. Yeah, you cannot protect me, right, by denying me my constitutional rights.
If I sell
it doesn't make sense.
If I sell maybe an expired product, and you go in,
I don't want you to drown, so you will not drink water again. That is what is happening. It's not a wrong. It's not a wrong analogy.
No, it's very wrong.
Why is it? Why is it
drowning?
Why?
Hasn't
why? It's like saying gas cylinders are exploding at an alarming rate. So because of that,
don't cook in the
kitchen again.
No.
That is the problem.
Gas cylinders.
The problem is Seven made. Listen,
it's like saying that
range.
What did you say?
Range.
What did you say?
It's English.
Alarming range. Listen.
Yeah. I mean,
Seven made a beautiful example, which I wanted us to focus on. We just brushed aside.
Oh, let's see.
The Adonko thing, if that's the instance that we are that dominoed this whole thing, right? At that event, okay, somebody at the product owner's desk came up with this genius event and didn't put any benchmarks or fail safes in place. Yeah. Was that person held accountable? The advertising agency or events company that set up that event, what did they do to ensure that this disaster would not have happened? Were they held accountable by the FDA? The venue owners who gave access to the place and didn't put any. You don't let me finish. No problem. There were at least 10 other people on this pipeline before the celebrity who came to hold the drink, who failed at their job. That led to this catastrophe. Those people have not been given a nationwide ban that is affecting their earning business. They are still selling. Relax. They are still selling fully.
Jay, the marketing agency, the event organizers, they've been banned.
They've been banned.
I think they should be banned.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They were sanctioned.
For
how long?
For how long?
No, I don't have the details. I don't have
It's the same thing because now the celebrity is on the receiving end of this thing for years now.
But why did people go there in the first place?
Go where?
Jay, how do you mean?
Why people go where?
Look, they did not put a bottle.
Honestly.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
and I am not the official.
Wait.
What I'm going to say, I'm not the official PR for Adonko. So I cannot speak for them. Again, I am not the official PR for the stadium. So I cannot speak. What I want to say,
see the way you see
there is no
blowing
way Adonko could have put a bottle on the flyer and say, "Come and watch Adonko." That is what I'm saying.
So
that's not the question.
The catalyst there was the celebrity, and again, we are not saying that the FDA took this decision based on that. We don't have any facts to that.
The catalyst was not a celebrity. The catalyst was not a celebrity.
Yes,
on a regular club night, people still go to clubs and drink to that level.
Mm-hmm. On a regular club night in a space that is purposely used for that. And even with that, you don't have to. We cannot come and dictate. I mean, it's a nightclub. It happens there. It's that space. I mean, that there is that drink responsibly.
But there are still people who go to the pub and not drink at all.
Yeah, but then. See, I don't know how this works. But you might. You probably have done this. If you want to have,
I haven't done anything yet.
No. So if you want to have an event outside of a club, so I'm guessing that venue would not have a alcohol permit. Do you get a permit to have an event outside of a club? Let's say in a stadium. You're having an event that will be alcohol. Do you need a permit?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
those are the conversations they should have had.
If there's an alcohol
you are an
permit,
event center and
what were they supposed to adhere to according to the permit? If FDA doesn't put things in place as if the person is drinking too much,
so why hasn't Ghana Music Alliance submitted
it's not
these
our job to do that job for them.
But you said you would take it up after they leave the ban.
You are not hearing me.
So
if they want suggestions, when the dialogue fully, when the dialogue is elevated and we are having the conversation and we are asked, what do you guys also think we can do?
Then you can make the suggestion.
Then we can make the suggestion. So I will not leave fighting for the artist, the creative, the celebrity to go and be doing FDA job.
Ghana Music Alliance. Ghana Music Alliance went to court to amplify the conversation to seek that this ban be lifted and proposes that after the ban is lifted, then we can have conversations and negotiate.
No,
but that's what we
are saying that the ban.
But that's what the president said.
No, we said the ban should be lifted.
Yes,
and as it is being lifted, it should be progressed to a status where other things have been put in place so that the lifting of the ban would not expose us further than we are. So it's going to happen simultaneously. It's not going to lift the ban and make the whole place exposed for negativity and then be chasing.
Does the Alliance have recommendations on how this should be?
Yes, as an
executive.
We
have submitted that to the FDA to look at. No.
So like I said,
the unofficial PR.
I understand. Like you said, when we engaged them, these things came up as the alternatives, as how to do things, right? But it was like they were only focused on the moral grounds of why they did what they did, and we are, like I was saying, we don't want billboards. Okay, cool. We just want ads should be after a certain time.
So I throw to the Alliance.
The funny thing is, right? Things with alcohol are still normal because I think I've heard LPMs, which was like during the day at some station, going about alcohol and blah blah blah, and that is all fine. But the moment a celebrity or a musician is attached to it, then hey, that is a no. It doesn't make sense, So we were like an outright ban on everybody, not just a celebrity, because Jay Foley, you're a celebrity.
No. I'm an unofficial PR.
You are on drugs. The food and drugs. The drugs in the food and drugs was for you.
Unofficial PR for SM. Unofficial PR for FDA. Unofficial PR, but a staff of this company.
We would want to take the conversation to a point where maybe if you get an FDA permit, alcohol permit to have an event somewhere, what are the guidelines? What are you supposed to do as a company, an agency, whatever, a company in charge of this thing? Maybe they should be in there. Do not sell to somebody who looks that you're already drunk. Do not sell to minors.
For many years,
it's probably already in there.
The FDA for many years.
So if they flaunted that, and it's not the musician,
Awesome. For many years, the
Cyril
FDA
was actually
has.
right. I just wanted to.
Was it in question?
He was right about the Amwabin situation, because the ban was effected 2015, and then Amwabin's obviously his general.
No. Hold on.
Yeah, he's right.
Mark Darlington, actually, is this Mark Darlington?
Yeah.
Because mentioned in the comments.
No, he's right.
I want to find well.
No. You didn't touch
Hold on.
on.
Just
What's the
missed
clarity?
comment.
For clarity purposes.
Yeah, so it was actually a regulation that was introduced in 2015, and even with the rate that Mark Darlington, summons them for, he's actually challenging.
I want to talk something. Can I? If it's the last thing I'll say. If it's the last thing I'll say, I want to say.
If it's the last thing
I forgot. I beg you.
I also want to help give clarity to the Adonko issue. The Adonko issue happened in 2017, and as a result, that particular product was banned, and I think they were asked to pay a fine of 24,000 Ghana cedis, and that's because they knew, according to them, their defense, they didn't know that the ban existed. Right, they didn't know the ban existed, so they thought they could actually use the artists, which in this case Shatawale and then Bisakede at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, to advertise the events. Because as part of the ban they had on their product, the FDA argued that they use celebrities to advertise or promote the event. So they were not even just banning them for.
Rephrase, to influence the attendance of the event.
To influence the attendance of the event. I'm sorry.
Thank you. They use the celebrities to influence the attendance of the event. That's how we need to look at it. You understand? You get me?
It's because because your ban is in there. So I just wanted to clarify that this ban has been in existence since.
So for many years, the FDA has allowed the FDA
so it's the hypocrisy you are talking about.
I'm just throwing this to you. It's for you. For many years, the FDA has allowed the use of celebrities, popular people, influencers. I'm just saying.
They haven't allowed for many years.
They have done that. It's been allowed. Things have gone on long ago, and it reaches a certain point.
You say allowed as if it should have been disallowed. It is normal.
I hear you. You can break down the English. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it is normal. When you use the word allowed, it's like it was
for many years.
And for many years, celebrities have endorsed alcohol.
So for many years,
celebrities as everywhere else in the world.
Thank you very much. Have endorsed, but you're the same person this morning who maybe understand that Rema's performance in London in the other.
Me and you speak this morning
was if you saw Rema standing on a bat in London, does not have anything to do with the maybe a culture. So you maybe understand that territories also can have
when was this that I made you understand
on decisions. Just as you said that Sam Smith being gay and being white is normal, but when Diddy's own came up and Will Smith's own came up, it's a big deal in the black community. So you make me understand that territories play an important role in governing and authorities and policies and all that. So I agree with you in saying that to me. Thank you very much. But in now coming to the point where we are in Ghana, so forget about Ciroc. Forget about Ciroc in the US, because as gay rights have been granted, whatever in certain parts, in certain countries, and it's being fought as a case here. I am happy for you to understand that. I am happy for you to understand that every country and every territory would have its rules and regulations. Thank you. Now to my question. That for many years, this has been going on where celebrities can easily endorse this. And it reaches a point. Now, we all understand that there's an evolution process to everything.
Thank you.
And it reaches a point where it's become of great concern to the body in protecting consumers, especially kids, on how these things, because digitization has also allowed a certain free range, unbordered, ungoverned way of advertising and all that. So if the FDA decides to put up a ban like this to curb, stop, eradicate, all the words you want to put there, how people consume these products, using and how smart some of these brands go around the celebrities in their advertising campaigns, which is causing a problem on consumption. Now, you and I don't have facts and figures to even some of these things. They may have. So doesn't the Ghana Music Alliance see any form of truth to what the FDA has done to protect people like you and I who we influence. How you call me a celebrity?
Jay,
why
you asking me?
Jay, can I?
Don't you
let me take my
there's a
matter.
level of truth to what
Jay,
they are
can I say
saying, and
something?
that's a question I want to throw to the alliance.
Jay, I've been saying
Are
this.
you a
I've been saying
rep-
this.
Even before 7 comes,
But
in,
you need to
you see,
give a title
Somebody
first.
else say my own. Okay.
my point
I
is
can't say
when
the last
you
one.
look at the
I'm blind.
when you look at what the FDA does, right? Under no circumstance does it have the authority to. Jay, you do this a lot.
Have you seen what he has done to you?
No,
Have you seen what he has done to you?
No, I don't know
Okay,
what
let me
he
give
has
it to
done
you.
to you.
Maybe you understand me why I'm reacting. So you see, it's
Charlie,
not me.
this is a very
So you
serious
see,
conversation. It's a very serious
I don't know why Jay is spoiling the
So
conversation.
you see how
Jay does that all the time.
Jay does that all the time.
time.
So you see how the influence I'm
Charlie,
talking about.
let's Olele talk. Let Olele talk.
I don't want us to trivialize this thing.
Olele talk.
no.
Does not have
Don't mind
any
Jay.
authority
No.
whatsoever. It doesn't have any constitutional right whatsoever
Whatsoever.
to ban
It's breaking the
celebrities
law.
from advertising alcoholic beverages. However, they do have the authority, excuse me, to check the ingredients that are in these alcoholic beverages to make sure that you and I are consuming the
safe,
right
yes.
things. And my issue is there is a pressing issue of fake alcoholic beverages in this country.
No.
Oh,
I
no,
disagree with you as well.
Let the man talk his thing.
Subject to something
You're
else.
not telling the chap
The issue
subject.
in
I'm
court
saying-
is about.
No,
You're telling me about fake products. I don't need fake product conversation.
You need to allow him to laugh.
I will allow you, but
You
you're
need to
going
allow
off.
Coming
me
from
to
somewhere
land.
and going somewhere, relax.
This contributes to the bigger
talking
picture
about this
of
thing.
priority.
Oh no.
No, let me.
You finish.
You guys are talking about.
sorry,
it. I'm
Ade.
also bringing my angle.
One of you.
No, answer my name.
No, I'm saying that.
You are the reason why they are banned the thing.
You finish.
Consumers are
Yeah.
suffering from alcohol poisoning.
Give them
Right,
Olele.
as a result of fake alcoholic beverages in the system. What has the FDA done about that?
Question.
I'm coming.
Question. Ask
I'm
another
saying
one.
that, oh, Juma, I said, oh, yeah. Oh,
But
yes,
who
oh,
says
Juma,
the FDA is not doing that job? That's
Olele,
my
Olele,
own
this
assertion.
another one.
What are you saying?
When was the last
FDA
time-
has been confiscating products and things on the market. In the news, you've seen it. We cannot sit here and say that the FDA is not doing its job. They are doing its job. Now they've done a job that has treated you. You are now saying
No,
that
Jay,
they are
is not-
Jay,
that's
they
not-
are doing their
Job.
job.
I
They
have
are doing
seen
their
this
job, but
article.
this is not
Go
what
right
they
now.
should focus
All
on.
of your
It's not that they are not doing their job.
Confiscating banned products and tell me you
This
won't
is-
see anything
hold on.
on
Jay,
websites.
Jay,
What are you
Kuda.
telling me?
No,
They'll
Kuda,
put your
Kuda.
picture is there. Your picture is there.
This
Kuda.
ban on the
Yes.
celebrities doing this
Yeah.
is not part of your job.
Who said?
It's not even
In
legal.
their defense, they said they are trying to do this as a result of a WHO policy. I've been looking for the policy.
It's a lie.
That backs them to do this, and they are not doing
Yes,
this. And I
it's a
spoke
lie.
to Lawyer Banson. He says they are doing this under a Public Health Act that has given them authority to do that from Parliament. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
So they are hiding under that act.
you understand what I'm saying? And I feel like if we continue in this manner, right? And like he's saying, you are not given opportunity to have a dialogue. You two are going to hide under an authority to institute this product. At the same this policy. At the same time, you choose and pick who should advertise an alcoholic beverage or not, and that speaks the hypocrisy of our league of our systems. That is what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
It's the case of
hold on.
It's the case of
listen,
they hear and they now why they are
That's why I'm asking for clarification. They are not allowing me to ask for clarity.
it's
I
like-
said, so repeat it again. I
It's
didn't
like a
understand.
politician.
Now the guest is interviewing us.
It's like a politician.
I don't know if you guys have noticed.
It's like a
I want to
politician.
understand,
It's like
yes.
a politician who
Yes.
breaks the law. Let me break very simple. It's
Okay,
like
make
a
it
politician who
simple.
breaks
I
the
went to
law,
Motown.
right?
We like simple things. Yeah, break it
It's like
down.
Now we know
it's
black
like
and
a
white. It doesn't
politician
get complex.
who breaks the law, right? And you, a normal Joe in Ghana, breaking
You
the
can't
law.
drive in the middle of the
Who
road.
is going to get a pass?
Wait, what are you saying?
Oh.
If a politician
You
breaks
said
the
you like
law,
simple things, and I'm
no.
giving you a
If a
simple-
politician breaks the law has been broken, guys.
Uh-huh.
So it is the
Who
law that
gets
has
a
been.
pass?
gets a pass?
Who gets
That's
a
what he's
pass?
asking.
Nobody gets a pass.
No, it's a lie. You are not
The
saying Ghana.
politician gets a
being-
pass
you are not
over
in
you.
Ghana.
They are
said
being-
that-
they are being a hypocrite.
Are you? Weren't you here?
We are being hypocrites.
Weren't you here when on the stretch in Gimpa, that road, where people were using, where politicians were using their V8?
When last
Have
did
you
you see
gone
that?
back there?
Did you?
When last did you see
Yes,
that?
do you know why they
The law was
stopped?
passed.
Do you know why they stopped?
So at the
When
point
last
in
did you
time,
see that
no,
happen?
The same people who were doing
The
that.
reason why it was stopped because
the
the
same
same
DA
people were
hey,
Yes, I tell you for free.
You
The
can kneel
same
down.
people who
I do not
brought-
see
the
how
same people who brought the
FDA and
initiative-
politicians and V8 have come into this conversation.
I'm telling
We are
you,
because
We are talking about the hypocrisy of our lawmakers.
But there is what
Olele.
do you mean by
Olele.
You are picked the side.
Olele.
Just be there. Just be there.
Olele is talking about the hypocrisy of our lawmakers and our laws. and the example he is giving, and the enforcement of it, and the example he's giving about that sharp there. The enforcement he's giving.
Haven't we seen the FDA going around to marketplaces on people who are coloring their meat and stuff like that? No, so what are you saying that they don't do that?
Point is, you have been doing
they have their job.
If a policeman is supposed to arrest a politician or a person driving a V8 in the middle of the road and fails to
usually
do
a
his
politician,
job, are you the one? What has that got to do with the? It is the policeman at that point who should be taken care of.
But so why is the FDA's nose in the business that he shouldn't take care of?
But in the value chain, the person who made the people come there is a celebrity.
No.
Was it a bottle?
No. I'm telling you that the ban was before. Listen,
but the FDA is an authority.
Listen, the ban was before.
The reason why you have lost the case 3 times is because you are not finding proper facts to back this thing.
But the FDA, what data are they using?
What did you say?
But the FDA, what data are they using?
Because the
FDA, what data are they using to put to
other celebrities? I'm an unofficial. I'm
asking the last one. The FDA did not show up to court. That's what was adjourned. So it's not being adjourned because of our faults or lack of facts from our side.
Okay.
What data is the FDA using to say that celebrity A, celebrity B are responsible?
If you ask me that question, I can't answer.
But you will say you are
unofficial.
Yeah, I don't have my booklet here,
sir.
If you had told
what
me,
data,
I would have brought it. But anyway, let's find out. He mentioned it at the.
Are you wearing full shoe?
Why was it adjourned? Why was it adjourned? Yeah.
We actually have no. We didn't get a reason why. We just got a notice that it's been adjourned to the 17th of January, but there was no.
And this is not the first adjournment. Let's let that be
reason to that. So I can't really talk about that. Yeah.
And you're also interestingly, they were served in the morning.
What, like
the notes?
The
note came.
The note came in the morning
while we were basically at the court. It should have
been served earlier.
So we won't even waste our time trying to gather other people to join us. Yeah.
Okay. I hope you understand that I am with you.
Yes, and I also hope you understand that we have engaged with FDA.
Oh no! You see, I keep saying that I agree with you.
Oh no!
I am with the fact that
I need to just clarify this one.
Sure.
So we have engaged with them.
Yeah.
We actually also try to provide solutions, not solutions, but I'll say alternatives to how this thing can be done properly to mutually benefit everybody in the chain, whilst at the same time respecting, not overstepping or overreaching, trying to promote to a demography that should not be promoted to, which is the kids. Right now, they basically said, okay, we hear you.
Yeah.
We will try and see if you can actually sit down. But it was more or less like, okay, thank you for talking to us. Bye bye. We won't see you again.
Straight.
So, and of course, then the next thing had to be, because we can't keep going to try and get a dialogue and then it doesn't go anywhere.
Straight.
And to be frank, the same thing with Gamro. The dialogues keep coming, it does not get anywhere. And that's like the game.
Dialogue is
So, just a heads up, after this, we have several ones coming up. So
more fire
coming up.
Fire.
Because see, the thing is, we really figured there's always Shatawale screaming. When the Shea screaming about.
Say it again. Say the reverse. Rewind. There's always. Oh, you need to say it again.
Okay, so sometimes you hear Charles Niyama Mensah screaming.
We like both names. Okay. Thank you very much. I will record that.
Who you should drive? FDA need to investigate you.
You hear when Shea screaming about some of these things. You hear other people who have lost endorsements based on this. But yesterday I saw a flyer for Guinness Ghana DJ Awards. Right. This is a program that I personally think can be shut down at any time because they're not supposed to be doing that.
Exactly.
They're not. But it's a Guinness Ghana DJ Awards, which is supposed to be coming on soon.
If you are going by what the FDA is saying.
Because the FDA say, I watched the Kwame Eugene and Kitty video. I forgot Ahoima or something. And then there was Alomo being presented nicely and this thing. That
video should be banned.
It should have been banned. So it's like,
you see where the thing's going. You see where the thing's going.
In this courtroom, you've made a very valid point. That is worth
what
looking
are you
into.
Shame. HAPPY. Shame.
What are you
5,000 Ghana C's whilst helping build schools in Ghana, win iPhones, whilst renovate hostels as well. Well, Mayako is a social impact crowdfunding platform that has teamed up with non-profits to raise funds for essential projects to improve our communities. All right. right? So if you partake in Mayako's project, you'll be helping fund critical projects like restoring the Labadi Beach, building schools, renovating maternity, NICU wards, and many, many more. Just go on the website. It's mayekoo.com. Hurry up, do that now. It's regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. TNCs apply. Okay, yeah, just in case. Okay. On that note, our time is up. We have to go.
One more fun fact.
Yes.
So I think during the dialogue, we actually asked them. Let's say a Stoneboy or a Shatta or a Sack in a few years wants to have his own beverage company. Sack Bitters, Stoneboy vodka or something. I've got enough money. I don't want to get into that. Is that possible? And they said no, they can't do it.
Look at that.
So the ban, we don't even understand the scope of the ban.
There's I'm your father, there's I'm your uncle.
It's just a skin painting. You see, for a moment we agreed, but there are other names that you can go for. And
that's why I went with Sack.
I'm saying that the bitters, the name you mentioned, you can always find another name, and
why should I build my name for 50 years in the industry and I cannot? Johnny Walker is not somebody's name they get. Let me take the phone and small.
On that note,
even say you cannot own it, so then you can't even register as a company.
Arthur Guinness,
you can't own it.
Sweetheart,
not just have your name on it.
Arthur Guinness is a name somebody, is a family name.
Yeah, at that time, in that era,
bro, me proud.
Things were not like
come on, utterly off the camera. Off the camera, let me do this guy.
I mean, the team has, and listen, these are
you are in contempt of
questions. These are the questions. They're hard questions filled with humor and trying to understand it. I mean, sometimes trying to trivialize it so that we can understand from every perspective. Thank you so very much for joining us this morning, Seven Xavier. Lenny, thank you so much. Olele, thank you so much. Cyril, we are still contemplating on it. Thank you. We're back at the same time tomorrow on Culture Daily. Let me say shout going out to Olive the Boy as well. Only me understand why I send that shout out. And we are.